Hello, here we sit on a beautiful 14th of February 2019. Very warm, lovely, absolutely lovely. Spring is in the air, and it can make you think of things like, oh my god, we've got global warming. Yeah. And is it Anton Corbijn? Yes, I think it is. Yes, I've been climate change denier for well, not climate change denier. I've been a global warming denier for ever and a day, because I don't believe in man-made global warming. And I'm sorry, I don't. I can see where some of the worries do come from, because I can see that we are a scruffy animal on a planet, and we're making a fucking mess of it. We're making an absolute pig's ear of it. To be quite honest, just because I did, I've man-made global change, or man-made climate change. I basically, I'm absolutely disgusted at the way we treat our things, and I'm recycle as much as I can. I refuse to buy plastic from the supermarkets anymore. Basically, I strip all the plastic off the food. If I buy vegetables, I buy them not pre-packed or anything like that. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but it just means like that my rubbish bin at the end of 2 weeks, because they come and collect it every 2 weeks, all it has in there is ash. Yeah, from me turning sort of like a wood and coal into CO2. And yeah, but if you look back historically, the most expansive times for civilizations and the best growth times for the human race is during what they call warm periods. So we had the Mesopotamian warm period, we had the medieval warm period, and the Roman warm period. I think the Egyptians had a warm period as well, and that's the sort of time when, during the medieval warm period, was when all these lovely cathedrals, something that I'm really into, actually, cathedrals. They were built. If you ever get a chance to go to Chartres Cathedral, do it. It's marvellous, absolutely wonderful. Yeah, and yeah, before the French destroy it, because I don't know if they would do, actually. They've had quite a few wars over in France, and they've never destroyed it yet, have they? But this could be this time. Yeah, so, and one of the funny things, about 10 years ago, because everybody's banging on about global warming and everything like that 10 years ago, and I was sort of thinking, oh my god, we're all going to die. It's the end. It's always the end. There is always something that we have got to be scared of. If you look at media, everything tells you something. And I think actually now we do have something looming on the horizon. It could be quite bloody difficult. I think we actually do have what they call global cooling, which is something that I was forecasting about 10 years ago because of Jeremy Corbyn's brother, no less. He's a meteorologist. He deals with the weather, climate, and he was a complete and utter climate global warming denier. And he was saying, what he said, Jeremy Corbyn's brother, this is Anton, I think this might be Anton, I'm not sure, Anton Corbyn. He was saying that that the sun is the thing that's solely responsible for the heat on the planet Earth. When the sun heats up, the Earth heats up. When the sun cools down, the Earth cools down. I mean, there are fluctuations, there are local variances and things like that, but on the grand scheme of things, that is what happens. When the sun heats up, we heat up. When the sun cools down, we cool down. And right now, the sun is in a cooling period, And if you look at the cycle, the sun runs in cycles, and it has run in cycles over millennia and millions and eons. And we are in a cooling period of the sun at the moment. And if you notice, there was a headline today, actually, I saw as I was walking past the newsagents and all the newspapers. I don't buy newspapers, but I do like to look at the headlines. Over 26 cold records have been broken in the last couple of weeks across the world. And here we are on this glorious 14th of July, an amazing, warm, southern England spring-like day. But apparently, in America, it has been very, very cold. The coldest since records began. Also, all across Siberia and Russia as well. And apparently, the ice at the top and the ice down at the bottom is growing, as opposed to thing. And how the ice grows, so you get apparently. It's good. This is great being ill, actually, because you get to work out all these, to understand all these things. Is how the ice sheet grows is we get snow and ice coming down over the winter periods, and it melts in the summer period, like, you know. But as the planet or the Earth cools down, in the summer, it doesn't quite melt away quite so far as it did, you know, it would have done if the summer was warmer. So each year you get more and more ice. So the ice grows. And 10 years ago, virtually all the glaciers on planet Earth, or on the Earth, be very careful because I don't want to upset flat earthers, on the Earth were growing. Doesn't matter whether the Earth is globe or flat for this one, actually, to be quite honest, because the result is the same. And 10 years ago, they were all shrinking because we've been in a quite a long warm period. We've been warming up since 1947, I think it was. We started warming up. Actually, we had that bloody awful winter then, right? But because that's weather, difference between climate and weather, like, you know. But now they're all growing, and they're growing at quite a quick rate. So who knows? Does the ice age come? I'll tell you what though, I prefer a bit of warming to an ice age. Ice age is a lot more harder for humans to cope with in or ice cold periods, mini ice ages even. Yeah, they reckon we got about 1,500 years left of this interglacial period, because we are in the normal condition of Earth is, so you know, along the M4 corridor, right there, that's about where the ice sheet comes down to, and that ice sheet goes up, you know, by the time it gets to Birmingham it's about a mile thick, by the time it gets to Newcastle it's about 2 bloody miles thick. Now think of that, 2 miles thickness of ice sitting on top of Newcastle. I think you need more than a t-shirt in winter for that, my man, a canny boy. And that comes right the way down. So basically anything south of the M4 corridor will be sort of like, not permafrost, I think it might be some permafrost there, but it will be tundra and too cold for trees and too cold for that, and a lot of the you know, things. But that is the normal condition for the Earth. Is historically, over the years, it's normally been cooler, and we are in an interglacial period. It's quite fascinating, really. So there you go, global warming. It's all going to turn into Venus. I'm afraid not, because you're my fire, you're my desire, Right. Okay. Anyway, so if you business advice, a little bit of business advice, start knitting woolly jumpers and selling them if it's going to get cold.